This people in Chikun Local Government, bandits abducted them. I think they wanted ransom, and they've made some people like scapegoats.
Yes, that's their own way of pressuring the people to pay up quickly. These are not human beings that we are dealing with. To imagine that they are human beings
is wrong. Kill human beings,
yes,
just like that, because
they
if you don't pay tomorrow,
they just want the money. They just want the money. That's all they're after.
So spilling that blood is not.
No, I told you before now what one of these bandit leaders said to one of our friends in Kasina, that our friend, that it is the coward who wants to go to heaven.
Cowards?
Yes. Wow. There's only cowards who want to go to heaven. This is the mindset of these animals. That's not. That is why anything short of annihilating them is a waste of time. Anything short.
Not the prison, not sentencing them to life in prison.
Never see them as people who have human feelings. They've lost their humanity. Their humanism is gone. So the best thing is to wipe them off. Anything short of that, look, we are just wasting time going around in circles. So I'm not surprised. Look at the case of the Kano businessman who was picked up. They said he rarely traveled by road. He was going to Kogi State. And then he decided at this time, and then they picked him up. The family paid ransom of 6 million. Then they said, go and pick the remains. Go and pick him up somewhere. The guy got there, he didn't see the man. He had to pay hunters. They now began to comb the forest. That's in the Yagba area of Kogi State. Began to comb the forest. Invariably, he found the decomposed remains of his brother. After they took ransom of 6 million. Oh,
yeah.
They do that a lot. They do that a lot. Maybe in the course of torture, somebody gives up in their hands. They will still make sure that they collect that ransom. These are animals that we are dealing with. We don't know. We are joking with what we have on our hands. Honestly, when we talk about this issue all the time, looking for a way to solve the problem, pushing our government to do the right thing, to eliminate these undesirable elements. People will call us names. They don't like APC government. Oh, Jide is PDP. Oh, Jide does not. But is it such a bad thing to live in a country where we all feel safe? Is it such a bad thing?
Is it too much to demand?
Is it something that is too much to demand for? I mean, anyone who calls you an enemy of the state because you are drawing attention to bad things that need to be addressed so that we all can live happily, that person is not human. That's the way I see it. Because by the time that problem gets to your door, that is when you will know the extent of it. Somebody on my wall was saying, nobody should be paying ransom to these people. So people went and told him that when your loved one, somebody that you cherish dearly, is picked up, you will pay more than double the ransom that these people are paying now.
Speed.
Because that's the way it is. Who feels it knows it. If you have a child that you love exceedingly, if not because even cloning of people has been banned globally, you think if I have a child who is extremely brilliant and who has life-threatening leukemia, you think I won't clone him? People don't know they don't know what it is until it affects them, or it affects them directly. That's when they will know where the shoe pinches.
Emeka, now it's as if these guys they operate brazenly. They are so reckless right now. They even use our communication system. They use our GSM. They are not afraid to be tracked. They are not afraid to get their ransom from time to time, and they've almost perfected the way they get that ransom. You hardly hear that, before they got the ransom, they were apprehended.
Yeah, you see, it's unfortunate that government doesn't follow up on its successes. If you look back, these people are just engaging in copycat criminality. You know, there was a time in the Southeast, you had things like they'll kidnap people, hold them, kill them, collect ransom, until at a time, a very notorious criminal, they called him Osisi Kanku, was killed. And then people in Aba rejoiced. There was rejoicing in the southeast because that guy was a notorious murderer, a notorious kidnapper. And government went after these people, really dealt with them. But what happened? Government slacked again. The thing moved up north. And instead of government to fall back on its strategies, how were you able to comb the forest and smoke these people out, kill their leaders? Government relaxed. And then these people, all they just need is just adopt the playbook of the people who are on ground. Look at what is happening in the southeast. It's about the same thing. You kidnap people and they just disappear. You collect ransoms and all that. You take their cars and you're using their cars. And then so what it shows is that these people just feel that, well, the government can't do anything to them. They move about with motorcycles. Government can't do anything. Government can't stop them. They can bomb trains. They can do anything, move into villages. I think government needs to go beyond just what is going on. Maybe, for instance, in certain states, ban motorcycles. Declare a shoot
Most states now, they've even banned
declare a shoot on site on anybody using a motorcycle. Then, again, government must move on the offensive because it has gone beyond the stage of negotiating. Because after negotiating, at the end of the day, the bandit leaders just become richer, and then their boys are left disenchanted. So what do? They just move in,
fill that gap.
One criminally very desperate one among them will just gather some and they move to one village.
And that's small cell.
So you now have they should be over 100 by now in the Northwest, operating in the Northwest, then aided by Boko Haram. So all you just have is a state of lawlessness. The government must take very drastic measures.
In charge of Nigeria.
Okay, the governors of the Northwest, like Sokoto State Governor, he banned Yasakai, the vigilante group. What did you replace it with? You said they were engaged in excesses and all of that. Okay, what did you replace them with?
Even Zamfara's banned them.
You don't leave a vacuum, because when you leave a vacuum, what you're doing is that you are empowering the criminals. Yes, we know about excesses. The Civilian Joint Task Force in the Northeast was also accused of excesses. But did we throw them away? No. Find a way to blend
I was
with
told
them.
by my producer the story is ready for the two pilots that have died in the trainer aircraft belonging to the Nigeria Air Force.
Kaduna State is under a cloud. Threats of attack and annihilation of communities by ruthless terrorists are ever present. In spite of the looming threats, the Christian faithful still celebrated Easter, hoping things get better. But for members of Ungwan Bulus community in Chikun Local Government Area, it was a dark Easter. 3 teenagers abducted from their community, together with 3 others, were killed by terrorists and dumped in the bush. According to the village head, the terrorists cited failure of their relatives to raise their agreed ransom. Ungwan Bulus was invaded 2 days after terrorists killed and kidnapped passengers from a Kaduna-bound train.
We're being called that since we cannot produce that 20 million which the bandits are demanding, that they will kill 3 of our children. Yesterday they called us and said we should go to Expressway in Abuja Way, in Duse after Sabanga, that we will see our dead body, and we will see 6 dead bodies. They say 3 is our own and 3 is from other side.
But more disturbing is the promise made by the terrorists that they will kill 3 more women the next day.
Yes, yesterday they tell us that if we are not able to produce that money the next day, that's in today, by 12 o'clock, they are going to kill another 3 set of people, and it's going to be women.
Bishop of the Kaduna Anglican Diocese on Easter Day appealed to the president to sit up and evolve more strategies towards protection of lives.
When as a leader in civilized climate you cannot deliver, the right and the best thing to do is to bow out. The only thing that gives me concern seriously is, am I sure the president knows that his name is going down in history as a president that is supervising the killing of his people? Citizens of this country are in the hands of terrorists. Mr. President should sit up.
The village head says people are now leaving the community as terrorists have promised to attack again. Family members of kidnapped victims are selling houses and other properties to meet the demand of the bandits. They want the federal government to establish security posts in their communities to prevent further terrorist invasions. Lupe Asom, TVC News, Kaduna.
Well, but actually, I'm so pained about what is happening across the country, especially in the north, and it's not a very, very good time in terms of breakdown of law and order. These bandits, they seem to be having a kind of field day.
Yes, I was discussing with a friend of mine based in Sokoto, and he said that there's a community just 20 kilometers from Sokoto. It's called Durbawa. All the villages around Durbawa, just 20 kilometers from Sokoto town, have been raided day and night since last Thursday. All they are coming to do is steal people's cattle. Steal your livestock. They are not really killing people. Just steal your livestock and move.
Day and night.
Day and night. Two operations.
Security.
2 operations in a day. That's what I mean by day and night. They come in daytime, in the night they are back. So they are raiding. The only person who can escape with his livestock is the one who probably got wind of what was to come and fled with his livestock. But as long as your livestock are still there in those communities, they are going to steal them. And you know what it means for these people? That's their life.
That's it.
A man was said to have lost 30 cattle to them. They said now he has even gone mental. You'll be talking to him, he'll be looking at you. No response again. He's gone mental because that's his life, taken away. And this is the reason some people would turn against the state. Some of these bandits today, some of these bandits were once victims of cattle rustling. And they could not get the state to help them retrieve their cattle. Even on some occasions when they reported to the police did nothing. And in all these areas, in Kware local government, police and soldiers, they are not going to those communities to help people. So people are giving up, just giving up. How can bandits just simply be running rampant in our country as if the country belongs to them?
Emeka, it's so unfortunate that we have to lose 2 pilots and the trainer aircraft
very
again.
Sad, very sad, very sad. I thought we had gone past all of that. Because
Can we go past accidents?
well, yes, accidents can happen, but they should be rare because we had episodic recurrence. Because by now, it shouldn't be a recurring thing. You know, the number of aircraft we've lost, to crashes and all of that. I think the Air Force must do something about it. It is not excusable to just say, oh, well, accidents do happen. What are you doing to mitigate them? Should we now just resign to fate? Because now, okay, government has resigned to fate concerning bandits. Should we now resign to fate concerning the crashing of military equipment? God forbid.
They need to just continue to do their best.
They should do their best.
The more sorties you fly, the greater the risk of
crashes. Yes, but at least
if you look at how many aircraft Americans lose in a year, let's not even go there.
Yeah,
because the more sorties you fly, the greater the possibility of an aircraft coming down. Especially you are training people, the trainer aircraft. There could be a mistake somewhere and then.
Young guys.
Yes.
All right.